Alright, so we are live. So sorry guys, I was having some issues with my streaming software. Having a lot of issues with my streaming software, but how is everyone doing? Um, just checking in. A lot of you guys were, a lot of you guys were, sending me well wishes and all of that good stuff. So I just wanted to know that I'm okay. I'm doing good. Um, I'm doing good. Seen better days, but I'm doing really good. So so today I'll just go through a couple of ways how we can donate, how we can help, and really let you know what's happening on the ground. Really what's happening in Jamaica, especially Western Jamaica. So Western Jamaica got hit really hard. It bear the full brunt of um, Hurricane Melissa. So really bad for Western Jamaica. So just going to go through a couple things and let you know what's happening. I didn't sustain a lot of damage. Very minor. It was just a reserve tank on my roof that fell off, and reserve tank on my roof that fell off, and as with a lot of people, there's no power, no internet, no cell service, no radio, that kind of thing. Food and water is a challenge because most businesses are closed, or they're opening partially. It's really chaotic. A lot of businesses got damaged. A lot of houses. It's really crazy. The death toll currently, the last time I checked, it was at 28, but I'm pretty sure it's higher. There are some isolated communities, and um, some death tolls haven't been reported as yet. So some of the deaths haven't been reported as yet and stuff like that. But it's pretty crazy. I have a couple videos for us to go through. Thanks. I have a couple videos for us to go through, just to show you what's happening, and um, so you can see what's happening. A lot of relief is coming in. People are organizing. A lot of progress is being made, but it's really bad. I don't think anyone could really prepare for this. It's extremely bad. I think it's the most prepared I've ever seen anyone before a hurricane, because Melissa gave us a lot of time. Melissa was chilling out in the south of Jamaica for about a week before it made landfall. So we got a lot of time to prepare, but no one could prepare us for the devastation. Real quick, I have some links in the description. I might update. I will update them as time goes by. So if you want to donate, those are the best ways to do it. We have those are the best ways to do it. We have a couple places. Food for the Poor JA. Sorry. So we have Food for the Poor JA. They have a Hurricane Melissa Relief Fund. So you can go over there and donate. They have a $300,000 goal. Doesn't look like they're quite. Let me just refresh this to see where we're at. Yeah, streaming is making the internet really, really choppy. We also have Jamaica Red Cross. That's somewhere you could donate as well. Yeah, Jamaica Red Cross. The thing with donating to a lot of these organizations is that it's more, it's a better use of your funds. They have the network built out already. They have the resources. They can get discounts and stuff. They have, there's a lot of, they have a lot of, because they've been doing this for so long. they have plans in place and stuff like that. So it's really just to help them. So it's more direct. Well, direct is not the word. So it comes together better. They're more organized because they've been doing this for a while. That's not to say we won't be helping in any way we can, but um, I just have a couple places, a couple charities here, and a couple NGOs that are helping and that are really active on the ground. So Jamaica Red Cross is one of them. Um, this is the official government page. So it's supportjamaica.gov.jm. So we have a Hurricane Melissa relief, and their site on the landing page. Sorry, they have a bit of news and updates and that kind of stuff. You can make a donation. That was down for a while. I'm not sure if it's back up now. That was down for a while, and they have charities linked on their page. So it's all official. I would advise to keep it, keep it to verified charities, because there are a lot of scams going around. We have people, you know, trying to exploit this crisis. So there's a lot of scams going around. So I would, try to keep it verified. So we have Food for the Poor, the Salvation Army, American Friends of Jamaica, Jane Foundation, and Jamaica Red Cross. There are others out there, but just do a bit of due diligence. Sorry, do a bit of due diligence to make sure it's legitimate. And if in doubt, you can just donate to one of these. They already have a built-out network, so it's really good to donate to them, and they'll provide the help where needed. They're more organized, and they have a lot of experience dealing with issues like this. So there's that. We also have the Jane Foundation. There's a donate link on their page as well, and the American Friends of Jamaica, and you can donate there as well. So real quick before we get further into this, I'm just going to look at a couple of the comments. Someone is saying sometimes I hear that aid from Red Cross never actually gets to the people. I'm really hoping our people get that aid. I think I get where you're coming from. There were some issues in Haiti with the Red Cross there, and that's I'm not 100% sure, but Jamaica Red Cross has been really solid. I've never heard of any issues with them. So if you're not comfortable with that, there are others, and you can try to verify it. It's a little bit more work, but it's just to ensure that your money goes to a good cause, and it does as much good as it can do. Yeah, and Shelly Vasquez is saying it's sad that people are scamming during a time like this. Yes, it's definitely sad, but there are always going to be those people who take advantage of a crisis to really enrich themselves, and that's just how it is. So it's good to have a bit of due diligence and stuff like that. So yeah, my internet is moving a bit slower than I have Starlink. I managed to get a gas generator. Surprisingly during all of this chaos. It was pretty hard. I had to turn up at the hardware with my Starlink because they didn't have any internet, and actually do a bank transfer, because it's crazy. Like most of the infrastructure is down for Kingston and the eastern side of the island that didn't get hit as bad. It's not as crazy there, but for us in the west, a lot of communities are isolated. I've been on the road since the day after the storm, trying to reach friends and family and all of that, and share my Starlink. I put the Starlink in the car, so anytime I come up on an isolated community, sometimes we'd have to come out and actually walk over trees in the road, and you'll find someone with a generator running a shop somewhere to keep things up and running. So yeah, sometimes that's actually, I shared a Starlink in a community called, I shared Starlink in the community called Woodchurch in Hanover. Hanover is kind of forgotten. The focus is mostly on St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland because those are those parishes were hit like really heavily. I'm from Westmoreland, so that parishes were hit like really heavy. So the focus is there, but we have parishes like Hanover and Trelawney that it's getting it's getting less of the limelight, but it's bad all over. It's bad all over, and recovery is going to take some amount of time. So I've shared the donation links, and um, so far I'll be showing you a couple videos, mostly from Instagram, where people have been sharing. Still playing music. They have a generator across the road, so there's a bit of music going. So people are still trying to keep good spirits. So yeah, there's that. Person saying, I love watching your videos. Thank you for sharing the information with us. Hope all comes together to help the wonderful nation of Jamaica rebuild. Yes. Yeah. Big shout out to you, Dive Head First. And we're coming. It's really coming together. I mean, we started rebuilding from the day after. One of the big issues with this storm is that a lot of people lost their roof. It's a lot of zinc roof. Homes are a big thing. A lot of people lost their homes, but most people lost their roof. Even roofs that were shingles and you think they'll be good. A lot of people lost their roof. So one of the big things is right now we have a shortage of tarpaulin. Um, Tarpaulin, because a lot of people are using tarpaulin as a temporary fix to their roofing problem. So throwing a tarpaulin over the roof just to keep the rains from, just to keep the rains off. So that's helping a bit, but we now have a tarpaulin shortage because of that. Um, Zinc is an issue, and those are areas that are really big, and we don't have a lot of power. Power is restored mostly in eastern Jamaica. They didn't get hit as bad. Um, as you can see in the thumbnail, we have a lot of down power lines. Um, Most of the power lines are down. Some of them are broken. To clear roads, people cut a couple of them. Like use a power saw, chainsaws to cut them up, and the wires have been cut just to clear the road so we can have movement. So restoration of electricity is going to be a very long time. I haven't gotten a lot of word about when like any kind of timeline. I guess our power supply company is still assessing damages, and they're focusing on getting the areas up where they can. So I'm not entirely sure there, but um, yeah. So progress has been made. So yeah, but it's still pretty bad. A lot of people are homeless. So that's still a pretty bad situation. So hurricane, like, this was so this video was during the actual hurricane. This video was during the actual hurricane. I have a couple clips on my phone during the hurricane. I'll do a video about that, but it's been extremely crazy. So this is from the Jamaica Gleaner. So these were basically all the roofs coming off, and um, yeah, that was the average. That's the average house in the west side of Jamaica. Like, they all lose their roof, and this looks like it was pretty early in the hurricane. So most likely the roof and the house on the right lost its roof as well. So that has been pretty much it for hurricane. And as usual, we have a have a couple overhead shots showing like the devastation. So yeah, this is in Belmont. Also really crazy. This is close to the coast, close to where it made landfall. So yeah, a lot of damage all over. And St. James, which is also one of the western parishes, capital, Montego Bay, second city. So, you know, this hurricane came with a lot of water, a lot of rain, flooding, um, extensive flooding, and you know, like excess water will always lead to landslides, and so yeah, it's a lot of this is crazy, just crazy. Yeah, and we have like crazy damage to our infrastructure, like our roads. Um, so yeah, this is going to take some amount of time to recover from, based on the damage. But yeah, it is coming in. Like I don't get a lot of it's hard to keep track of everything, but we're getting aid. A few planes came in from like El Salvador. Planes came in from El Salvador with like supplies and aid, and you know, people on the ground doing search and rescue and just generally helping out. So we're getting aid from a number of countries, Venezuela, TNT, yeah. So and the US, we had some yeah, we had a lot of, we're getting aid from overseas. People locally are organizing, and you know, everyone is doing what they can do to get back to normal. So yeah, there's that. This is a community. It's Robin River. I think it's in Westmoreland. I'm not sure. Yeah, but it's devastating. That look like a apocalyptic hellscape. Like tree, all the leaves are missing off the trees, and look like after a forest fire or something like that. So it's been extremely crazy. The mountains are like totally brown, and totally brown mountains from the, you know, the plants and the trees getting damaged from the wind. So and this is, I think this is what, this is a flyover of Falmouth. That's our Prime Minister, Mr. Holness, um, you know, speaking with residents, and you know, he's been traveling around. The damage is pretty severe. Um, every still frame you see there, you know, you can see like missing roofs and stuff like that. It's crazy. So it's wind, extreme wind damage, extreme flooding, and yeah, yeah, it's crazy. We shall rise again. And one of the issues too, you know, hampering like one of the issues too hampering recovery is that a lot of our first responders, like our firefighters, they also sustained a lot of damage. No one was really spared, so the manpower has been crippled. So we have firefighters with damaged houses and stuff like that. Firefighters with damaged houses and all of that, and they still have to be out there, working on. They still have to be out there working on, getting people safe and doing their job, and so it's doubly stressful for, our first responders, our police officers. Everyone is just, because no one really, especially in the West, very few people escape, or very few people came out on the other side without any damage. I was one of the lucky ones. I sustained minor damage, but a lot of my neighbors were not so lucky. Some people are still without roofs, and it's pretty crazy.
She like a close bar line, bossy.
Yeah.
Come here, flop.
By the time you get to Black River, the images tell a story of heartbreak and survival.
Don't get no normal, this a Black River.
Streets that once bustled with vendors and school children are now littered with debris. Still, some residents sift through the rubble, clutching whatever food items, hardware supplies, or whatever they could salvage.
Everything flat. Nothing there in the BSC.
Others eager to tell their survival story.
Brother, I got help in the midst of the storm. I say we couldn't move. I saw if we hold on our head and I take our salt water and dirty water. I drink till I have to tap out my breath one at a time, boy. Can't take no more. Till when you can see one little piece of bread. I come out. I back to back, I have to lean for my back and go back where Mama is again. So you to watch me because every mama can run this country.
On Friday, desperation quickly turned to chaos as looters descended on damaged shops. The situation was so intense, the police fired warning shots into the air to scatter the crowds.
So yeah, the situation in Black River is, Black River is a special case where the town is, Black River is in St. Elizabeth. That's partially where the hurricane made landfall. So with Black River, we have some looting and stuff like that, because the place is isolated, resources are running short, the damage is crazy. So, people are acting out of desperation, and that has been making recovery efforts a bit more difficult, because it's an unsafe environment. People are really making it unsafe. So that's really sad. Police are doing their thing. They're getting back some kind of order, but we're still looking at Black River. But yeah, this is what the damage looks like in a lot of places across the island. So roads turning into rivers and valleys, and a lot of landslides and stuff like that. So this is going to take some amount of time to be restored. So yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah, that used to be a road. We have,
So I'm trying to tell you.
extreme flooding and stuff.
See? Mud and water. You see? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Look there, look. It's a lot better. I don't even open my door. So I can't tell you what's up. My door is open. Keep locked. This door. It's keep locked. I can't. Know what I'm saying? Can't open.
Water make it can't open.
Look here. Look. That's where the water comes. All the way, the water comes. You see? Okay. Right here. Right here. Feel me? Right here. All my clothes mashed up. My bed, my TV, my fridge, everything. So I got a lost it. Over everything. See there? I just want you to take time. Take your time.
So yeah, that's a lot of people experiences, and for others it's more like, you know, total destruction. And yeah, someone is asking about the refuge district in Trelawney, and that's one of the things with this disaster, is that a lot of the roads are cut off, so it's making, you know, organizing very difficult, especially in like more rural areas where, you know, they have smaller communities. So that's one of the issues, and you know, people are trying their best to get back out there and, you know, get back some kind of normalcy. But this damage is pretty average right across Western Jamaica. So and there's also one of those parishes that, you know, Hanover is a bit more rural. So what I mentioned before with, you know, we have, yeah, and areas like these, you know, we have cut off roads, and in effort is proving to be a bit more difficult because of how widespread, you know, how widespread the destruction is. So yeah. But where communities are organizing, someone was arguing in the comments that, you know, the other day, that, you know, Chinese didn't come and they didn't add anything to Jamaica, because this community in Jamaica, a strong Chinese community. So they're providing aid. They're providing aid and organizing, and, you know, really, you know, they're coming together and really helping Jamaica and helping us bounce back, and, you know, they're organizing care packages and getting them out. So we have a lot of groups like this. Sometimes a lot of them are not really publicized. It's just, you know, local groups getting together, organizing and getting it done. So yeah, we have soup kitchens, like, you know, we have a couple soup kitchens getting up and running. At Icon in South, there will be a soup kitchen, you know, providing food and for residents. Icon at Paradise, not South. Paradise Westmoreland at Icon. So we have, you know, we have a kitchen providing food and for maybe the rest of November. And, you know, more help is coming in, more relief packages, getting organizers is really what, you know, everyone is trying to do, so we can have some efficiency and trying to get people back to normal. Some people lost everything. I have a sister that lost everything. Her community is cut off. So when I said everything, I mean house, and she made preparations for the storm, for, you know, she and her kids and stuff, and, you know, they lost everything. You know, house went down, and then she had goats eating her food before she could even recover anything. You know, goats were there, and they, you know, goats eat anything. So goats eat a lot of her food. Now she's without internet, so I went to look for her and bring some supplies and stuff. But yeah, and it was really hard to get to her because a couple of the routes are flooded. Like, we literally have a river, and I'll show you a video in a second. Like, you know, the road turned into a river. So a lot of the routes are cut off. Really hard to get to by car, and so it's really crazy.
Man, right now, situation rough. One place. This blood clot nice. Only place right now, Mobile can get water to cook and wash. Only place. Yeah man, all who don't like work, have to work I know. Disaster. People them look water for bathe, wash, everything. Yeah man, all who don't like work.
Yeah, and we see a lot of damage already, but it's pretty bad if you drive around and in the ways.
Nobody now left with.
This is pretty much what it looks like all across Western Jamaica. Some places worse than others, but you know this is pretty standard right across Western Jamaica. So.
Up to about Santa Cruz, everything is okay, but once you hit Santa Cruz, that's when you really start to see the damage from Melissa. The priority to clear the roads and make way for authorities, aid, responders, people that are carrying. The damage we could see just from taking the journey along the south coast is devastating. It is catastrophic. Whatever you've seen in the pictures, in the media, in this video itself, does not do justice to the scale and damage that you will witness. It is absolutely heartbreaking how much of this island is now completely unrecognizable. Places you've known your entire life, completely destroyed. This is Junction, for example, somewhere that you would stop and have fish along the way before entering Westmoreland. So the objective of this journey was to carry about 300 relief packages to Westmoreland, Sabal Lamar specifically. We've seen a lot of footage from Black River, but up until this point, there wasn't much coming out of Westmoreland itself. So we crossed places like White House and Belmont, Blue Fields, and we've realized that these places really have been fully leveled. You could count the amount of houses that were still actually up, all the villas, all of the homes, all of the communities that we passed, all the trees, the mount, even in the mountains, completely devastated. There was nothing really left. So this is Sabal Lamar, the capital of Westmoreland itself, and the destruction is widespread here as well. There's no doubt that this is going to be a long road. The damage in not only this city, but all along the southwest of Jamaica and the northwest of Jamaica, it will require everyone that can help, everyone that can contribute to play a part in the recovery and building back of Jamaica. So, this is just a start of what needs to be done, bringing some relief, but relief is not the only thing that is necessary. What is necessary is for all of us, everyone that has the capacity to do their part. Whether it's just donating or volunteering, all of us can figure out how we can serve. Our country needs us more than ever right now, each and every one of us. This is what Jamaica looked like before at night in terms of the illumination, and this is what it looks like now. 70% of the island is literally living in darkness. There's no power, there's no communication, there's no running water. This is going to be a long road, a very hard road for most of the island. But we all have the light within us that we can shine and help those that are in the dark so that we can move forward together towards that dawn.
Yeah, so it's just as he said, we still have stuff, we still have people out there trying to organize stuff as well. We have this group, Find My Family.
Hi. So as you all know, Hurricane Melissa has completely devastated our island and our home, Jamaica. I've created this page to reconnect families because I've noticed there's a lot of persons that are frantically trying to get some sort of information just to know that their loved ones are okay. Phone lines are down, power's out, and I just want to do what I can to try and help people reconnect. This is a safe space where you can share the photo, last known location, their names, and I will do my best to get this information out there. Social media is a powerful tool and we should be using it for good. All right, so let us unite in this moment of need and reconnect those who need to be reconnected. Lots of love.
Yeah, so this link is not in the description, but I will add it to the description. So you know, if there, because there are still people who, there's still communities who are totally cut off. Your phone is dead. There's no internet connection. There's nothing like that. So stuff like this is really helping. And for now, what I'll do, I'll do what I can, you know, with the resources that I have. As I said, you know, really to make the biggest impact or to make the most efficient impact is to use one of the official charities, one of the verified ones. But for now, so now I provide charging services. So I charge people phones for free, and I provide Starlink internet for free, so people can, you know, stay connected in the community that I am in, and you know, wherever I can help out, I help out. And you know, I've been on the road from the day after the hurricane, really, you know, helping out where I can and doing what I can, and I plan to do a bit more. Yeah, so. So I guess that's it for the well, I'll read a couple of you guys' chats before I close out. But you know, just to give you an update as to where I am. I'll be getting back to regular videos soon, and I'll be getting back to regular videos soon. I might make another video about, you know, Beryl, and as usual, I'll have donation links and stuff like that. So you know, you can check that out. So what we have here. So Hawkeye is saying glad you're okay. Shout out to you, Hawkeye. I'm not on Twitter, but you can still share your those links too. That's good. You know, the more people see, the better. So Lebanon is talking about all the roads. So Petersfield, and yes, those are flooded. So Petersfield is a major community in Westmoreland. It's essentially a plain, so we have massive flooding. It's a plain with a lot of rivers around, so they have rivers overflowing their banks, and you know, we have a lot of flooding because of all of that. So I just wanted to say, you know, thank you guys for tuning into the live, and thank you guys for you know, your thoughts and prayers. We really appreciate it. Yeah, and I'll be doing all I can to, you know, to help the situation and help us get back to normal. So I'll be back to feeding and teaching pretty soon. Feeding now. Yeah, so that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let's go.